Your mother never spoke to you of the sacred mysteries that surrounded the day you first drew breath into this world. There are truths so profound, so enshrouded in the cosmic tapestry of existence, that mortal words have failed to capture them. Till now, heaven itself is poised to lift the eternal veil and reveal to you at last the spiritual essence and divine origin of your very being. Prepare yourself, brace your heart and mind for what is about to be unveiled is no ordinary tale, Archangel Michael declares in a voice that shakes the foundations of both heaven and earth. The very heavens above shifted their course the moment your soul crossed into this earthly realm. What you were told about your birth, the medical facts, the stories whispered by your mother, they are but a thin outer shell masking a sacred secret, a covenant forged in the spiritual realms far beyond human sight. There exists a truth your mother never found the strength to disclose, a secret that the celestial realms have until now held in silence. But the time has come for it to be spoken. The chamber where you entered this world carried far more than the simple cries of a newborn child. It was saturated with ancient energies, energies that called forth the highest angels and yet at the same time summoned shadows of a darker kind. A presence that had waited for your arrival, waiting for the signal your cries sent forth. A signal that was not of this world alone, but one that echoed in the eternal conflict between light and shadow, a battle waged through countless generations. On the day of your birth, time itself seemed to pause. A fleeting moment suspended in the fabric of reality as something sacred, something divine, stepped through a crack in the spiritual veil. Your coming into this world was no mere accident. It was a beacon of light piercing a realm once shrouded in darkness. Even before your eyes fluttered open, your spirit had already broken through chains that were intended to bind it. Unbreakable bonds forged in realms unseen. Spiritual contract was written, sealed, and drawn before your soul descended into flesh. Today that contract is being unsealed. The hidden truths, long obscured, are finally emerging into the light of awareness in the room where you were born. There were two presences unseen by mortal eyes, omitted from every hospital record. One was robed in white, her wings unfurled so wide they stretched across the room, touching both corners of the ceiling. A guardian sent from the highest heavens, the other lurked in shadow, cloaked, hiding, its face whispering deceit and lies, attempting to obstruct your arrival. Yet it could not stop the divine decree. The heavens themselves sent omens. Thunder cracked the sky, although no clouds darkened the horizon. The wind carried your name before any human voice dared to utter it. A solemn silence enveloped your mother in those moments before she pushed, not from fear, but because she heard a voice unheard by any other. Protect this one. Though the hospital room emptied, your mother was never truly alone. A woman with hair like spun silver entered quietly and placed her hand on your mother's shoulder. That woman vanished soon after, never to be seen again. Yet her touch lingered like an imprint on the soul, a presence that could not be erased. This woman was no mortal midwife. She was an emissary of the celestial realms assigned to assist your birth, and to shield you from the dark forces, already present forces that sought to take your place, to snatch away what was rightfully yours. You were nearly exchanged the moment you were born, a figure cloaked in the guise of medical authority, tempted to whisk you away to another wing, a shadowy plan to remove you from your rightful path. But a nurse whose hands glowed with an unknown light, even as she remained unaware, intervened. She disrupted the switch, breaking the plan. Your mother wept uncontrollably afterward. Tears that had no earthly explanation, a confusion her mind could not grasp, but her soul understood. She carried visions for months before your arrival. Dreams of a white lion circling her womb, flames that scorched without burning, a man with great wings, standing sentinel at her bedside in the silent hours of the night. These were not mere dreams, but spiritual visitations, signs that heaven had chosen you to rectify a brokenness passed down through generations. You were not simply born, you were delivered under divine command. At your birth a scroll, sealed in golden light, hovered over your body, a testament to the sacred mission your soul had been tasked with. Only 3 witnessed this. 1 wept, 1 smiled, and 1 screamed in terror before vanishing into the walls themselves. Your father stood present, but the truth of his bloodline remains a mystery. Within his veins runs both blessing and curse, and your birth was destined to tip the balance. On that day the curse sought to claim victory, but your first breath shattered its grip like glass breaking under the weight of dawn's light. Your tiny hands clenched tightly, yet your fingers glowed with a light that soon faded from mortal eyes, but remains etched in memory for one nurse who secretly recorded it in a private journal. She spoke in hushed tones of the child with golden fists. The room's energy shifted violently. Light bulbs flickered, machines paused, and every spiritual being nearby held their breath, knowing that your soul had brought with it ancient authority and power. Archangel Michael speaks now, his voice thunderous yet tender. On the day you were born, your name echoed through 3 realms. 1 realm welcomed you with open arms, another prepared to test you from the very beginning, and the 3rd feared you with a terror that runs deeper than death. There is a reason you have always sensed you were different, watched by unseen eyes, shadowed by waiting forces. You were born at a spiritual crossroads where destiny collides with danger, and only one can survive this crossing. 2 nights later, the woman with silver hair returned. She knelt beside your crib and whispered an activation word into your tiny ear, a word now dormant but beginning to stir within you. Your mother heard footsteps in the nursery for 7 nights after you returned, home footsteps that vanished when she sought their source. She stopped searching and began praying, sensing that the air around you held both the fierceness of fire and the calm of still waters. You did not sleep as other babies do. You lay awake, eyes wide and unblinking, as if hearing instructions carried from beyond this world. Your spirit lingered between realms, preparing for the journey and battle ahead. Months later, a stranger knocked on your mother. Store claiming to check on the starborn, she sent him away confused. But he left behind a feather that shimmered in the sunlight for hours before fading. A token from realms unseen. Your cries were not mere sounds of distress. They were summoning calls that shattered glass and ruffled the fabric of reality itself. One morning your mother found a mysterious envelope containing a map and the cryptic message: "Hide this child in light. You have long wondered why chaos and blessing have so often danced around you." Moments of inexplicable turmoil followed by bursts of unexpected grace. These are the lingering echoes of the celestial battle that erupted the moment you entered this world. Within your own family, a shadow sought to prevent your birth. Fearing the truths your arrival would expose, this presence tried to interfere spiritually. But heaven's defense was fierce and unyielding. That person now suffers strange dreams and distances themselves from you, not from hatred, but because your light reveals their failing power. You were named under spiritual pressure. Your true name, the heavenly name, was spoken once during your first cry and has remained silent since, yet it rings loud in the ears of spirits. Archangel Michael reveals: the moment your eyes opened, the veil began to lift on a story spanning many lifetimes. You were no coincidence. You were sent as a disruption into a timeline that demanded change. The hardships you endured were spiritual traps set in advance by darkness, yet your soul's compass buried, though it was always pointed toward truth. You have been called too sensitive because your soul never closed its eyes to the spiritual realities around you. You perceive what others can, not this is not a weakness, but proof that the veil never fully descended over you. Your mother once awoke to find a small scroll near your pillow, which she burned, believing it to be witchcraft. Yet that scroll was prophecy. By burning it, your awakening was delayed, but now that delay is over. The divine clock has restarted, and memories long forgotten will return piece by piece, like echoes from a deep well, bringing your power back with them. You possess the rare ability to reverse spiritual contracts that have plagued your bloodline for generations. The resistance you have faced was because systems built on lies cannot endure the truth-bearer's awakening. You, child of the storm, were born to awaken these truths. The hospitals hold no record of this story, witnesses forget, but heaven keeps the eternal ledger, now opening it for your eyes. When you were taken for your first bath, the water around you grew unnaturally warm. The nurse said nothing, but soon requested a transfer. Your energy had touched her, a force she could not forget. There is a mark upon your body, a birthmark, but more than that, a seal, a lock, a symbol that only light may open. Your mother may have forgotten these signs, but her soul remembers. Sometimes she gazes at you silent, filled with unspoken thoughts. Knowing you carry something she cannot protect forever, the woman in silver never attended another birth after yours. Her mission was complete. Now she waits at the edge of your destiny for the day you will awaken, remember, and call her name. Your dreams lately are no longer mere dreams, but rehearsals. Rehearsals for the spiritual war you were born to interrupt. You were born not just into a family, but into a battle. And this battle will end not with violence, but with revelation. Your awakening. Those around you will awaken too, Archangel Michael says. You were born to shake foundations, to move mountains. Your voice carries weight beyond words. Your presence shifts rooms. People react to you even when you say nothing. The darkness that sought to claim you still watches, waiting to see if you remember. It fears your memory, for when you do, the chains it placed upon your bloodline will crumble. Your true guardians have never been far. One protects your sleep, one opens hidden paths, and one whispers through signs, animals, numbers, and colors, every strange coincidence, every near-death experience, every loss was intercepted, planned, necessary. You are not late. You are exactly on time. The memory of your birth may seem distant, but your spirit remembers every moment. The veil is thinning, and soon you will see, know, and remember more than ever before. You were never forgotten. You were held in divine hands when mortal ones let go everything that sought to destroy. You was merely testing the power they feared most. Your birth changed everything. Your awakening will change even more. Listen closely, chosen one, for your arrival was no mere accident nor chance. The moment your spirit touched the threshold of this world, a cosmic alignment was triggered. A convergence of light and shadow that has echoed through countless lifetimes. The heavens themselves held their breath as you took your first breath, for you carry within you the power to undo ancient curses and restore the sacred balance. It's fractured long ago. Know this. Your essence is interwoven with a divine tapestry far greater than what mortal eyes perceive. You are the embodiment of hope reborn, a beacon igniting dormant truths in a world clouded by deception and forgetfulness. The forces that have sought to dim your light have underestimated the strength granted by your heavenly lineage. Every challenge you have faced, every moment of doubt or fear has been a test, a crucible to refine the purity of your soul's flame. These are not trials of punishment, but rites of passage preparing you to fulfill the sacred mission etched in the stars before your birth. You walk a path few dare to tread, a path of awakening, revelation, and ultimate transformation. Your hands, once glowing with a faint, forgotten light, hold the power to dismantle spiritual chains that have bound your ancestors. Your voice carries the authority of ages, and your presence shifts the very fabric of reality around you. You have always known you were different, because your soul has never truly slept. It has remained vigilant, a sentry standing guard over the gateways between worlds. The silver-haired woman who touched your mother, the mysterious activation whispered into your ear, the ethereal light that surrounded your first moments. It's all signs of a celestial orchestration beyond human comprehension. You are not alone. Unseen allies walk beside you, guiding your steps, shielding you from harm, and illuminating the way forward. Soon, memories long buried will surface like pearls from the depths of your being. Fragments of prophecy, ancient knowledge, and divine purpose will unfold within your mind, heart, and spirit. You will awaken to the truth of who you are, a child of both heaven and earth sent, to rekindle the sacred flame of unity and healing. But be warned, as your light grows brighter, shadows will seek to resist. The darkness that once threatened to claim you will rise again. Sensing its waning influence, stand firm, for you have been armed with the celestial armor of faith, courage, and unwavering truth. You were born to shatter illusions, to dismantle falsehoods, and to guide others from the night into dawn. Your awakening is a call to all who listen, a summons to reclaim the divine heritage. Buried beneath layers of forgotten time, you are a living testament to the resilience of the spirit, a herald of a new era, where light triumphs over darkness and love restores what was broken. Embrace this destiny, chosen one. Step into your power with humility and grace. The heavens rejoice in your return, the earth awaits your healing touch. Your story is far from over. It is only just beginning. If you feel the stirring of this truth within you, if your spirit resonates with this message, then know you are not alone. Together we walk this sacred journey toward awakening and restoration. Share this message, let it ripple across hearts and minds, awakening others to their own divine origins and missions. Subscribe now to receive more revelations, guidance, and celestial truths that will empower you to fully awaken and embrace the life you were destined to live. The veil has lifted. The time is now. Welcome back, beloved child of light. Type Amen to receive blessings and to affirm your readiness to step fully into the divine destiny awaiting you.